Hi, here we are, fall again. How exciting. This is my favorite time of the year. I want to give you an update of what's been going on around headquarters and some of the things that have developed out there in the field. And first thing I want to talk about, we just got back from AACC a little over a week ago, and we had some pretty exciting encounters while we were there. For one thing, we sold 2 boxes of our training. One to a woman that has ministry to Mennonites up in Wisconsin, and the other to a gal that works in upper state New York. During the poster session, right next to our poster was a gal from Israel. And with that contact, she has a counseling center in Israel, and Jerusalem rather. And I want to get information to Ida Flo Baldwin, our LIT graduate that's in Jerusalem. We're in hopes that we'll be able to sell 2 or 3 more. We had good contacts for 2 or 3 more possible sales before the end of the month. Our Spanish translation has been updated thanks to help here in the office, and it now is on CD. Right now, there's work being done on the training man, not the training man. Let me back up. The work was done on the training manual and on the student books. So those are ready for work among Spanish-speaking constituents. The group in Panama is planning to do training before the end of the year and hopes to open in January. This has probably been 3 or 4 years in process, and so we're really excited that it looks like it's finally going to be ready to open up in early 2016. Another extremely exciting development has been in Uganda. Just last week, a pastor and his wife came from the capital city in that country to visit here in the States in hopes that they would be able to start a center for women's ministries among their people. Claire out of Rwanda has been a big part of that, but also a center out in Missouri has underwritten some of the expenses for what's going on there. They plan to do training in January and in April when some of our United States constituents are there to help them do that. It was really exciting to be able to see, for Pastor Sam, to have the experience with some local pastors here that meet in our building on Wednesday morning. There's about 28 pastors that have finally come together after many years of praying about this and meet for breakfast and for prayer each Wednesday morning. And he was here on Wednesday morning, so he and I came over and met with the pastors, and they welcomed him and let him talk about what he's doing in Uganda and what his hopes and dreams are. And then they gathered around him and prayed for him. And he told me later it was just a very rich experience on all fronts, and I'm just very thankful that he was able to do it. Personally, I'm still working on the manuscript, and it's been really hard to go back through all the journals and relive the ups and the downs and the trials and the tests and all of that. But we had been praying that I would be able to get something done, get it accomplished. And so during the month of September, I was able to get through the journals for a year, from September in '96 to that time in '97. How exciting that is to know that some of that is behind me. I still don't know exactly where the future of all of this rests, but at this point, I'm just doing what I feel like God has asked me to do. Those of us around here have been to the late movie, The War Room, and have found it one of the most exciting, challenging, well-done movies that I've been in for, at least I've been in for a very long time. So if you have not seen The War Room, we would encourage you to get some tickets and go see that movie. It finally reached #1, I think, on its second week. And this is just a really neat story about that movie. Jerry Odehall, that is on our board, has been meeting with a guy that is very skeptical about salvation and does not profess to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, but he's been very kind to Jerry to listen to what Jerry has had to say. So he came back to him for a couple of weeks and he said, a friend and I were out in another city and we just decided that we'd go see a movie. And we decided that we'd just go see a war movie. And he had no clue what The War Room was all about. He said we went, and boy, did we ever get a big surprise when we found out that it was about prayer and spiritual warfare. I hope that you'll be sure that you get to that movie, because I know you'll be challenged. I've seen it twice, and I'd go back again and see it the third time. We keep praying every week for all of you, and I continue to hope and pray that what goes on in the next few weeks for each of you will be encouraging, exciting, challenging, and will draw you into a closer relationship with Jesus Christ and give you even more to talk about when you meet those out there that come through your doors. Thanks for listening. It's Rioba.